our hometown hero is here now. He's been around the world lately, so it's been a wild, couple months for Jose training-wise. He actually was in the Philippines for almost a month, all the way across the world, preparing for this fight and also preparing Manny Pacquiao for his latest fight that he just had against Jesse Vargas, where he won a world title in Las Vegas on HBO pay-per-view. Ramirez would do 55 rounds of hard sparring that would wind up all over the internet, from ESPN, the boxing scene, even the Fresno Beat, covering that action. He gave Pacquiao some of the hardest sparring and preparation that Pacquiao's ever had during his career going into a fight, while showing his evolution as a high-end prospect coming into his prime. From there, he'd come back, go to Avenal, see his family, and head right back to Los Angeles and start training camp again with Freddie Roach to finish off for this fight at the Save Mart Center. Ramirez will defend his WBC title here in Fresno on Friday. He'll main event the fight, of course. It'll be live on national TV. But more importantly, this is a gateway fight for Ramirez. This fight becomes the gateway for his world title that he's searching for. Ramirez knows that he has to dispose of this guy in front of him to be one step closer towards that world title shot. His opponent coming into the fight is no slouch. He just got done fighting for a WBO and a WBA world title. While he lost that fight, he put up a heck of a fight, and I believe that fight was on Showtime. He's a New York State champion as well, and he's coming into the Lion's Den to give Jose everything that he has. Jose is prepared for anybody that comes in front of him, and for Ramirez, this fight is special for a number of reasons. Not only is it a gateway fight to a world title, but over the years, Ramirez has always picked a cause close to his heart, something that affects him emotionally in his community. Something that he wants to do and give back. And with this fight, he's chosen two issues. One being the fight for water, that he's continued and helped, especially with passing that bond. He's been to Sacramento. He's spent time, lobbying down there for water rights for everyone. He helped reinstate water rights to his own town in Avenal that were taken. So he's been an activist for water in a big way in the community. But on this card, he also wanted to touch on a topic that's important to him, and that's pro-immigrant and proud. If you look at our fight posters, if you look at our messaging, it says pro-immigrant and proud. Now that's not a message to start a debate for Jose or come into some, big political argument with anyone. It's simply a statement to say what the positive impacts that immigrants have done in America. To focus on some of the good things that immigrants do when they come here. And that was important for Jose to deliver that message, because if you stop and look around our city, our valley, the boxing community, the boxing world, and probably every walk of life, you're going to find an immigrant that did something positive in their community and in the United States. So this fight carries those messages into the ring with him. He's going to shadow box a little bit for you. He's been on a tough workout, a hard regimen, or you good? You just want to relax? If not, we'll let him ask you a few questions if you want. But if you guys want to, if you guys have a few questions for Jose, we'll go ahead and do that in here. So out there, you can focus on the other fighters. That'll keep some space over there. Good. So as shadow boxing a little bit, just ask away. If you want to ask a question, raise your hand. He'll stop, and we'll answer it for you. Okay, we got one in the back. Go ahead, Richard.
Hey, Jose, is there any transition you need to make from opponents being changed within the last 3 days? Have anything changed in your regimen, in your workouts at all? Your outlook?
Yeah, well, I found that actually about 10 days ago, but definitely went straight to watching the film. And this guy that I'm fighting he's a complete opposite of Gabriel Bocero, the guy I was supposed to fight. He's a little taller. He's below my height. He stands
somewhat of a cardio freak.
Yeah, he stands a little taller. Uses his jab pretty good. But actually, fighters like this, for me, I like to face because I'm able to use my body work better, and I think I'm going to be able to counterpunch this guy.
Can you talk a little bit about pro-immigrant and proud and what that means to you?
My family being immigrants. And me being first generation here in the United States, it's pretty much sending a perfect example of immigrants come here to do something positive, you know, and not just to do anything, you know, just to go out, come here and be lazy and, you know, take advantage of this country, you know, and just to motivate everybody who doesn't feel motivated because of comments that, you know, that have been said. You know, I know it's easy, you know, for people to lose focus and distractions come in the way where they lose focus and motivation. So I'm here to, you know, continue motivating other immigrants, other first generations out there to continue working hard.
Real quick, just to elaborate on that for a second, Jose's entire family is an example of that. His father, you know, works for one of the largest farmers in the entire Central Valley as a supervisor, and looks after about 2,000 people on his.
He's good, yeah.
Yeah, he looks after a couple thousand people, you know, on his detail out there. And his younger brother is a junior at Fresno State, looking to graduate next year. So senior, actually, a senior at Fresno State. Jose's helped his brother, and, you know, definitely installed in him how important that is to his future in education for a number of reasons. So I think the Ramirez family as a whole is an example of what hard work and positive things that can be done, you know, in the community and in the city.
We're also here, you know, to unite everybody with that message. Also to, you know, to hopefully get the attention of our, you know, our new president to be Mr. Donald Trump. You know, so to also, you know, come out with to not lose focus on really what he has said before, but to, you know, give us an opportunity or some type of idea also, you know, a solution to, you know, to better the future, to better this country, you know, without harming a lot of families.
Can you tell us what the experience was like in the Philippines sparring with Pacquiao, and what did he do well? Like, what is his best weapon?
Man, his work ethic was very motivating. I was there for 4 weeks, 30 days total. We did one of my toughest sparring sessions and one of his toughest sparring sessions. We went up to 6 rounds straight, 7 rounds straight. You know, he really didn't have nobody else to work with him. He had me and another Filipino local guy that just, you know, that would just give him the extra rounds for him to complete his 10 round sessions. And you know, the way he just maintains so sharp, the way he's so sharp, so fast, that it kept me sharp, and it kept me pushing myself every second that I was sparring in there with him. So it really, you know, boosted my confidence up as a young fighter, you know. And I came back to Hollywood for 5 more weeks of training, and the sparring became so much easier for me. So I mean, and like Rick said, I'm ready. Even though they changed my opponent, I'm ready for different styles because I've been sparring, you know, from, you know, fast guys to, you know, power punchers, you know, Russians, Australians, Mexicans, Hispanics. So I've been sparring a whole variety of great fighters at the Wild Card Boxing Gym.
What's this camp look like?
We'll hear you real quick. Henry, go ahead.
Jose, we see you posting a lot of social media content when you're spending time with your family, but also, like you said, spending much time in the Philippines. How do you balance that media life and then your family and boxing, the sport, because it seems like you do it very well?
You know, when I was in the Philippines, you know, I really miss my family, my son. I miss his first birthday. It was, you know, so when I came back, I decided to take my family with me to Los Angeles, and, you know, for them to, you know, spend those couple of weeks of my training camp, and all I was doing is, you know, just resting, training, and spending time with my family, taking them out, you know, to dinner once a week, and when it comes to social media, mainly it's just, you know, just making that post and then kind of just, you know, logging out, or, you know, replying once in a while when I got the chance. But it was mainly just to, you know, put my focus on them and my focus on my training, you know, without any distractions. Because lately there's been a lot of distractions for athletes because of a lot of, you know, negativity that goes on in social media. And right now, that's one of the toughest things that I see that us athletes face, is that it's, you know, you're doing well. You know, they hype you up, but when they hype you, they're there, they motivate you. But then, as soon as you face adversity and they see you vulnerable a little bit, then, you know, they come out with the worst critics and the worst comments. And I've been seeing that a lot. It's from the Andre Ward fight to, you know, to other fighters fighting, and to, you know, even soccer teams, you know, football teams. And when I grew up, you know, the way my family, you know, supported a fighter, they were there 100%, no matter the loss or, you know, or they won. When I grew up, when I was young, I would cheer on the Cowboys no matter if we had the worst team, or cheer on the Chivas no matter if we had the worst team. And now it's different, man. So it's social media, you gotta be very careful because not everybody, they really don't have no limits with what they say.
Go ahead, Mark.
So you're back in Fresno fighting on what's one of the biggest arenas here in the States.
The world, actually.
Top 10. Yeah. What's expected to be a sellout of 15,000 people. How does that motivate you?
It motivates me as an athlete because I see the appreciation and I see how thankful the fans are for us to bring boxing here, and it's very motivating for me to see the support that I get and to see that there's a positive outcome with everybody uniting and supporting not just me but the local fighters who are also fighting in the card. And for for all of us, it's very motivating. It kind of puts on a better show for everybody. It changes the atmosphere inside. So hopefully this Friday you guys will see not just us fighting, but also the vibration of the people cheering. And I think that's that takes boxing to another level.
Just to elaborate real quick on that, one of the things he said is important to the undercards on a lot of these fights is that was something that Ramirez wanted to do early on and get a lot of younger fighters opportunities on these cards. Jose and I developed these fight series together, so when we go over a fight card, we often look at all the people on there, Jose included, making decisions on which kids and who he thinks gets a chance. And there's been times where we've passed on guys out of town to give some of our local guys a chance to fight. And what's happened with that? Well, 4 or 5 of them have top-ranked promotional contracts for 5 years now and are making names for themselves. You've got guys like Daniel Valdivia that's going to be on TV in the ring that night. Jose has opened the door and actually got him on a card in Texas and in our cards, and now he's 10-0 now? 10-0 with an NABF title. So you're seeing actual stars created in front of your eyes that 2 or 3 years from now you'll see on HBO or Showtime. So that's been an important but fun aspect to these fights when we've created them.
Oh yeah. Well now.